And Miami has possession, down by 12. And you know, Clark, another important point regarding Lillard, for as aggressive as he has been going to the basket, he's extremely durable. He's been terrific in terms of health.
He's been in every gamer throughout his young career. That is remarkable. Unusual in today's NBA for sure.
In transition, here comes Miami. And the jam by Whiteside.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
There's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point.
Yeah.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Off the left rim and out.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back at the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Davis. Noah Vonleh comes in for Leonard. And it's Aminu in for Graham. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Dang comes in for Josh McRoberts. Johnson, he's checked in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Green. And Aminu slams it home.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the rope.
Cullen passes to Plumlee. By Wade. Ahead. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the Heat call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
A different look for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. And Winslow subbed in for Goran Dragic. 1:29 left now here in the second. Wade with it. Now defended by Vonleh. Dang goes in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
There's Winslow. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game. Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And both free throws good for Johnson. And here's McCollum. No good on that last second attempt there. And so we wrap up the first half. Trailblazers lead by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Give it up for your Heat.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
We've seen Noah Vonleh. Man, he's getting it done.
He has 12 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been one outstanding game from Noah Vonleh.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Vonleh's out there with Aminu, and it's Plumlee in at center. And that one's good. 10 points for Joe Johnson.
And I feel like there's a reason Joe Johnson has gotten a number of astronomical contracts. It's because he does everything for you. He's like one of those items you buy that touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. 8 points for Dwayne Wade.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Johnson with it. Lillard picks him up. Johnson can't get it to go.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Ed Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Vonleh. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Krabs subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Davis kicks to Lillard. It's stolen by Wade. Johnson, a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Heat. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Lillard attacking. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And it's the Heat on the break. Winslow's running. That's good. And now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Wade dishes to Johnson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's been a bit of a struggle here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Wade. And it's Portland with the rebound. Lillard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Grab the pass to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. To the inside. Here's Crabbe. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
No doubt.
Here, certainly, but... Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 9-point Trailblazer lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
For the Trailblazers, Mason Plumlee's checked in for Leonard. And it's Aminu in for Gerald Henderson. Wade kicks to Winslow. And that one is stuffed right through.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Offensive rebound. Davis. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Davis has got his second bucket. Dang attacking. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Here's Aminu. They get the rebound. And here's McCollum for 3. Plumlee dishes to Davis.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead. Tell you what, man, it looks as though the light has officially gone on for Ed Davis. I mean, he drifted around a bit over his first 5 seasons, but he made real strides last year.
Wade can't hit.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. The Heat have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. And Portland making a change here. Both free throws good from Wade. "17 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Plumlee. Rebound by the Heat.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Winslow wide open. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 8. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Trailblazers leading by 8. They've got Whiteside. Green is up there with Richardson. Then there's Josh McRoberts. And it's Winslow in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Vonleh. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's Green missing.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. And it's Henderson for Al-Farouq Aminu.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Josh! And the shot is good.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
It's stolen by Green. The finish. Oh!
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
Oh,
take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
They get it back. Stolen by Winslow. Nick Roberts, the pass to Green. Lillard with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 6. The wide open look for Plumlee. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And it's Green with the jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Here's Wade to tie it up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Ed Davis is checked in for Myers Leonard. That one drops. He ties it up.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today. Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Double teamed on Wade. And there's the pass to Green. He's looking for Stoudemire and finds him. That is good. Stoudemire's got 4 this quarter.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
And, Greg, I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at him. If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Green kicks to Winslow. And Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Conley's check in for the Trailblazers.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Strap those belts on, fellas. This is going to be one heck of a finish. I can just feel it reverberate.
He's right.
He is right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to let my belt out just a little bit to get ready for this ride.
Well, you would need so much in the press room before the games, maybe people be comfortable like we are.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Aminu's checked in. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And it's Wade penetrating. Here's Stoudemire. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Wade against Lillard. He dishes it to Aminu. There's Vonleh. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting them get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
There's the feed to Aminu. From deep three-point range, it's in! And, oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
The drive by Green. And McRoberts Kicks to Green. A second chance effort. Yes!
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Lot is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. Frames it from downtown.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Timeout called the Heat. They trailed by 1. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion. Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Bang comes in for Josh McRoberts. And it's Johnson in for Green. Here is Whiteside. Passes it to Wade. In the corner, Winslow with it. It's stolen by Aminu. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
It's the first that will put them up by 2. The second one is good. In both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're behind by 3. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Johnson dishes to Winslow. Miami no good on that time either.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Wade with no one around. Misses the shot. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que com a sua face, tudo que eu pedisse, só você que me desse. Aí pensando Deus se esse quarto falasse. Mas que pena, já era, já era, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem a minha vida cantar.
We are live in Portland as the Trailblazers are about to go into this interconference contest.
All right, ready to go?
The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Indiana. Paul George is out there with Turner. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. And it's Mahimi in the pivot spot, manning the middle. On defense, Indiana. Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team in injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
Now here's McCollum, following the miss by Monte Ellis. The wide open look here for Vonleh. Can't get the tip in.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And one thing about Damian Lillard, for as much as he handles the ball, for as much as he pushes the action, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, surprising for a young, aggressive point guard, but this guy plays wise beyond his years.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Over to the wing. And here's McCollum for three. Portland again missing. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a five-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Now here's Lillard. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. It's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Now here's Ellis. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career. Points and assists, rebounds, steals, playmaking. His production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game. It never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
Trailblazers trailed by 10. McCollum with the ball. Rodney Stuckey cover. Paul George with the steal. Ellis can't get it to go.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Lillard attacking. A three from McCollum. Portland no good that time either. And it's the Pacers ball. They're on a 15-3 run right now.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
It's deflected.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Mahinmi kicks to Stuckey. Sinks the triple. Stuckey's got 8 points.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing. Here's Ellis. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. He's got 5.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. George dishes to Stuckey. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on C.J. McCollum. The Pacers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Crabbe. Will it go? Another shot. And the layup good by Leonard.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Pacers lead by 14. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Pacers?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Trailblazers trailed by 14. Damian Lillard out there with Crabbe. Then it's Henderson. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Davis in the center. That's the group on the floor for Portland. That's tipped. Now here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. George with no one around. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their head on that, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Lillard left side. All alone. And good on the basket. Booking.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Davis sends it back. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Henderson, no good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now here's Ellis. He has 5. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Mahimi passes to Turner. And George, here we go. Power down with both hands.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Lillard. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahimi. Allen comes in for Turner. Young's checked in for Ellis. And George Hill's subbed in for Rodney Stuckey.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
Here's Crabb. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Crabb's got 5.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And Portland making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Now here is Hill. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And there's a foul called on Allen Crabb.
That's his first personal foul.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Aminu with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Onley's checked in. Hill, no good.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm. And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
Pacers leading by 6. Pass to Young. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year. And
what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Craig. Just beautiful.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Lillard from outside. The shot misses. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Pacers up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
All right, I want everyone to...
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Stuckey has been putting up the numbers. He has 9 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Without question, Rodney Stuckey displaying his skills today.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you know, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
On the court for Indiana. They've got Buttinger. Rodney Stuckey out there with Ellis. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Turner in at the 4.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Buttinger. I mean, statistically, he was the same player last year as when he was a rookie. Across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
And here's Aminu following Monte Ellis's 3. And Lillard kicks to Vonleh. Just 5 on the clock. Lillard attacking. And it's denied.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And Buttinger gets it to go.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Davis is checked in for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 9. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clarkey helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Aminu with the bucket. While McCollum has struggled with injury, he's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the season prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
And Turner kicks to Mahinmi. Davis with the double team.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
Look at that.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
fun. And no doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Buttinger dishes to Stuckey. Puts one up from 19. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for McCollum. And the Pacers also making a change. George is checked in. Now, here is George. 9 points in the game so far.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long. You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Henderson, no one around him. Sinks the triple.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
The feed to George. Back to Ellis. Outside, George. 5 to shoot. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And taken away by Ellis. Outside, George. Fires for three. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Pacers lead by 8. And time to step aside. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Indiana leading by 8. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Myers-Leonard is out there with Henderson. And it's Plumlee in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. George passes to Turner. Leonard with the steal. And the rejection by Mahimi. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Now the pass to Lillard. Turner with the steal. The drive by Ellis. Can't get it to go. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And here's McCollum for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. At one point, they led by 16.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And the Pacers can't get it to go.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And Lillard kicks to Henderson. No good with the triple.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
Yeah, I'd echo that. I mean, we're witnessing something special here today, Greg.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Screen by Ellis. The 3 from George. And that one's good. George has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Pacers. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Terry Stotts as he addressed his team. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Takes the 3. Portland, no good that time either.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
It's Henderson on the wing. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And Portland making a change here. Longley's checked in. Here's Plumlee, and it's sent back by George. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good. Good work defensively by Stuckey. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Mahimi dishes to George. Ellis against Plumlee. The drive by Ellis. Portland grabs the miss. Conley's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The three from McCollum. Shot's good.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
George passes to Stuckey. Back to George. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Soft touch off the glass. George has got 20 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And for Noah Vonleh, last season came in as a heralded freshman out of Indiana. Some people thought he might crack the top 5 in the draft, but after some shaky late workouts, he fell all the way to 9.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Indiana.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket, and they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for George. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result. This game's finally gotten away from him.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
Now, here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. A nice shot by George.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
Lillard misses. And George, here we go. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here